Look, everyone doesn't like a power bill, and yeah, I'm just no different than anyone else. Look at your house, do a bit of a check over and see what you can take off the grid with a solar panel. 2 solar panels, battery, a controller, and that's gone. That's off your power bill. The end result is, alright, you might have to dig your hand in your back pocket for, what, $5,000 to $10,000 for a solar system, but I tell you what, you're not paying $50.
Hi, I'm here with Maggie from Polygreen Solar, and you have an excellent initiative to help people with their power bills. Now, how did you guys get started?
What started it all off was 2.5 years ago, if you remember that horse flu that was going around.
Yeah, definitely. It was a big thing, especially in Brisbane.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people like us. Well, I'm in a rural situation, and they wouldn't come in and read my meter, point blank. When I received my bill, it was twice what it should be. Double the bill. I rang up, they said, look, we can't read your meter and we're going to estimate it. Take it or leave it, that's it, that's your bill. But look, when we do read your meter, you'll be reimbursed. Cut a long story short, end of the horse flu, again I end up with an over-the-top power bill. I ring up and she was really rude and said, if you don't pay it, we can disconnect you. And I stewed on it. I really stewed on it, and I run a business called Polycore Composites, and I've been importing for 8-9 years, and I come up with the idea that we can put together pallets of orders and bring it in as a pallet shipment. We've started off a solar co-op, a solar factory buying co-op, which means that you and we all work together and buy any of our solar equipment for off the grid for half price in most cases.
So as a cooperative?
As a co-op, yeah, purely as a co-op. Shipping is expensive and there's fees and charges, but if we work it as a cooperative, you're not going to look at like a $50,000 off the grid solar system. I'm putting together solar systems for people, basic, from about 6, 7, 10, the maximum I've done for a 5 kVA inverter and all the trimmings has been, about $20,000 for an off-the-grid system. I even threw in a freezer for that, okay. Off-the-grid freezer. Look, there's so many things you can do, and it took the push. You got to get angry before you get off your backside, and that's what happened. It just pushed me to that point where I had enough. And you see, I can't take it anymore.
Maggie, can you show us some of the products that you guys help out with the co-op?
Alright, simple steps. Now you've been told that a 25-watt energy saver is the way to go. Now the guys who are filming here today, I took them in and showed them this light and turned it on, and yeah, they agreed. It's like a 75-watt light globe, 5 watts. That's all it takes, is 5 watts. But you can run 5 of these for what you were going to run 1 light globe. What's that? About $2.88 a year to run in your home, against $13, $14 for an energy saver globe. Just, you do the math. But here, this is a double rail LED tube. You can put it up into your existing fluoro housing. Now your existing fluoros that you're paying good money for are chewing up 38, 40 watts. This is 18. So for every double tube you've got, put 2 of these in their place, half the power. The shops, security, all the rest. This thing here is equivalent to a 150, 200 watt halogen, 30 watts. Hot water, when I got rid of my hot water, that was $60 2.5 years ago off my power bill, just by getting rid of that damn electric hot water system. You go with this idea of on your roof of the new solar hot water, and $4 or $5 grand. If you can't afford to do that, there is another option, which is non-pressured, and you rely on, say, a 12-volt pump like that, set that up to run water to your home with a solar panel, a battery, and your hot water system. What's that? $500 for the hot water system, $150 for the pump. Probably the same for a solar panel or less. And you've pulled that item off your power bill. There's no reason that you can't talk to your local electrician and say, look, I want that part of my power box that runs to my lights, I want that off the grid. And we can do that for you. Put a small inverter, a battery, a solar panel, and you haven't got your lights at night or during the day on the grid. It's off the grid. The same thing like I was just saying with those fridges. They're off the grid, they're 100%. They run on their own solar panel, they run with their own battery, and when the floods were going through here, I still had cold stuff. You know, everyone else had no power, I had cold beer.
So guys, lots of savings. Now it's been excellent speaking to you. Now people need to get into contact with you. Do you have a website people can contact you?
Yeah, and it's been beautiful because we've had volunteers donate their time to get our solar co-op website up and running, which they've got confidence in what I'm doing, and I'm getting people coming out of the woodwork left, right and centre just saying, look, I'll help you with the cards, I'll help you with the website, and believe what you're doing. Look, it's www.polygreensolar. Look, the only reason I did the poly was polycool.
Nice.
Old habits die hard, but it's polygreensolar.com. Personal email there. Just go Maggie at, again, polygreensolar.com. And I'll just get to all the emails as I can, but I get a lot of interesting questions. But look, you got to learn, and you got to get off and take yourself out of the comfort zone and ask the questions, because if you don't ask the questions, they're not going to tell you. Just by getting out of your comfort zone, looking around and sourcing this equipment, and we do it as a co-op, you can do a lot.
It's fantastic. So guys, if you want to get in touch with Maggie, go check out our website and help yourself save some money on your power bills. Thanks, Maggie.
Cheers, thanks. Thanks for your time. Hey, thanks for Brisbane 31 coming out and taking the time out.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah,
it's our pleasure. Back rub later.
And yet another awesome episode. Make sure you catch up with us on Facebook and YouTube. See you next week on This Town Brisbane.